This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A controversial bill is making a comeback, but with changes, and that, of course, in the wake of Bahamians pushing hard against it. Some of you may recall that a big bone of contention of the Listening Devices Act was that if given the green light, it gave the green light, rather, for police officers to tap one's landline and cell phones. State Minister of Legal Affairs Ellsworth Johnson last night spoke of the challenges authorities would face in this regard.
How you police the investigating authority so that you may protect the fundamental rights of individuals, so that there's just not a carte blanche person to go in your private information, go into your homes and do as they like. In effect, the Privy Council found that the current Listening Devices Act suffers from a lack of independent supervision, both at its initial stage, authorizing the Commissioner, and with respect to the lack of arrangements to review and reporting operations on the act.
According to the minister, here's what the revamped version of the proposed law sets out to accomplish.
When examined closely, the bill permits the interception, and that is the 2017 bill, the interception of communications upon an allegation of the commission of an offense. And it did not say, the new bill now speaks to indictable offenses, not just any offense. And so that is one of the changes that we've brought. So to remedy this, the Interception of Communications Bill 2018, we have removed the expansive ground to seek warrants merely for any offense. Instead, the current bill is limited to indictable offenses, as I said earlier. The need for modern, comprehensive statutory regime, interception of communication.
Now, Mr. Johnson was one of several panelists addressing a town meeting on the proposed legislation. In other news this evening, the Inter-American Development Bank has upped its contingent recovery loan in a local company. What started out as a $150,000 IDB loan to the Omni Financial Group has swelled to $1 million for Bahamian small and medium enterprises to access. IDB representative Florencia Hurt.
We are very happy to share with you that in December of last year, the MIF, the Multilateral Investment Fund, this private sector arm of the IDB group that I mentioned before, approved a $1 million contingent recovery loan to Omni Financial Group. This is the first time that the MIF approves an instrument that is not a grant in the Bahamas. So to us, this is evidence of our evolving partnership. It's also evidence of the maturity that the Omni Financial Group has accomplished in the last 5 years.
Omni Financial CEO Harvey Morris tells us how locally owned SMEs can benefit.
The IDB has worked with us and has encouraged us to find innovative ways to provide financial services for the on and underbanked sector of the community we service. And so today, I am indeed pleased that we have been able to take that to the point where we can be signing an agreement, a loan agreement for $1 million. This agreement would not have been possible without the cooperation of the BAIC, who we have worked closely with in developing this new product, because the factoring is going to be geared towards small and medium-sized enterprise. We currently offer facilities to private loans today, but we are moving now to the small and medium enterprise, and our colleagues at the BIC have been really very helpful in providing information, and we look at the further strengthening of that relationship so that the farmers and other SMEs will be able to qualify for this.
Now, the loan will be reimbursable, that is, depending on the business's performance. The new service will be technology-driven through Omni's digital platform. Police are this evening appealing for the driver behind another deadly hit-and-run to come forward. According to police, the victim in this case was walking on Kamaica Road in the vicinity of Blue Hill Road just before 8 last evening when he was struck by a gold-colored Honda that kept going. Paramedics were called to the scene but were unsuccessful in reviving the victim. Again, police are urging the driver to come forward. BPL on the apologizing end after residents of Western New Providence and surrounding areas were left in the dark last evening. Initial reports suggest there was an overhead line fault that impacted the company's distribution network. Teams were dispatched to the affected areas, and in some cases, power was restored by 8:27 p.m. Another round of restoration happened several hours later at 11:41 p.m. BPL apologizes for any inconvenience this may have caused. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.